Welcome back to One-on-One Sports. The NHL season is in their final period as teams gear up for the playoffs. I'm now joined by our two NHL experts, Andrew Vendelis and Brad Klier, to set a few things straight. So Brad, we'll start with you and we'll start with the East. Okay. Right now, the Lightning currently look like the favorites to take home the President's Trophy. Is there anyone that can dethrone them on their way to the Stanley Cup?
There's not, and I don't think there's going to be anyone, we'll get onto this later, that can dethrone them in the playoffs. We talked about this, Andrew and I were on here, we talked after the trade deadline. This was the best team in the NHL going into it. They added talent then, they're even better now. This team is unstoppable. This team is the Golden State Warriors of the NHL. Like, I don't think
there's going to be zero roadblocks along the way. I really like Pittsburgh. Yeah, I think they're a silent little kind of dark horse.
They're the two-time defending champs.
Absolutely.
But they're not. All right, let's look at roster compared to roster. Right, the Lightning are deeper. Other than Sidney Crosby, the Lightning have more of a surplus of top-notch elite talent. Tampa has a better goalie. Tampa has better young players. They're a better all-around team than Pittsburgh is.
I think Pittsburgh, despite the setbacks they've been having defensively and during the penalty kill, they're still emerging on top. In their past 11 games, they're 7-2-2. So they've proven that they can just go through the challenges and still make it to the top.
They're definitely the second best team in the East. And if there is a big challenge to Tampa, it's them. But they're not going to be able to beat them in the playoffs.
Now, as we move to the West, one of the teams that is trying to challenge the Lightning for the President's Trophy is Nashville. Can someone top them coming out of the West?
I don't know, man. Winnipeg's looking pretty nice right now. They're only 5 points back on Nashville, and it's likely going to come down to those two teams in the West. And the rest of the scene, other than the top seeds, is a toss-up, as we'll get to your pick later. But I think they have home ice in the first round.
I want to get to your pick now. I want to get to your pick now.
There's only two. There's not two teams in that tier. There's three. There's three teams in the West that are above, three teams that are above 100 points. The Vegas Golden Knights. How can we bet against the Vegas Golden Knights, who everyone's bet against all year? They have surpassed expectations extremely. They have incredible chemistry, clinched a playoff berth. I think they're going to Stanley Cup Finals. I think that they can take Nashville or Winnipeg.
You think they're going to beat Nashville or Winnipeg?
Yes, I'm not betting against the Vegas Golden Knights this season. I don't think Nashville has it in them to make it to the finals 2 years in a row.
Blake Wheeler is a great leader for Winnipeg.
And
I've done my research. Okay. And they have a great rookie star in Patrick Connor. And Connor Hellebuck is one of the best goalies in the league, almost near perfect save percentage as well.
Patrick
they can get it done both times.
Patrick Laine, one of their best players, he's injured right now.
Who's winning the Cup? Brad.
All right, let's say it on three. Okay, ready? One, two, three. Tampa.
Wow. There's no question here. Like, okay, Nashville, Winnipeg, Vegas. Those are your three teams in the West. None of those teams pose a challenge to Tampa. Maybe they win a game against them in the finals. In the East, Pittsburgh maybe could take them to 5 or 6 games.
I can't dodge it because
it's got to be Tampa.
Because Pittsburgh can give them a great run for their money, but when you look at the things they've done at the trade deadline, the dominance at home, only losing, I believe, 8 games at home, that's a nightmare for people in the playoffs, and especially the talent that they had going into the season and that they acquired. It's an absolute nightmare.
You're putting your 5 best guys on the ice at once. You got Ryan McDonough, Victor Hedman, Steven Stamkos, Nikita Kucherov. You throw Palat out there. You could throw. You could throw anyone out there.
Exactly, and while
you couldn't throw me out there.
While the President's Trophy isn't a guarantee, I'm looking at you, Washington. It's still, they can back it up every bit, and
they will not choke in the first or second round as Washington does every year.
They are the elite.
They are the elite. They're the best team in the NHL. They are winning the Cup this
Now,
year.
I have no money to put on it, but I'm still not betting against Pittsburgh until they lose, 2-time defending champs. But that's me. But that's all the time we have on the ice. But when we come back, Emmanuel Taube and Dominic Vernazza join Thomas on the hard court for some NBA postseason preview.